I'm Roger Andrew Crombie and I live in St John's Wood, northwest London. I had wanted a library in my London flat for a long time. I lived overseas in a very remote place and became adept at finding things on the internet because it was my only source of information. And when I looked for someone to put up my shelves, it became apparent from my time spent on the net that yours was the best practice at this sort of work. And that's why I contacted Custom Carpentry. It was clear it had lots of examples of other work that the firm had done, and that was the acid test for me. If you could show me that you'd done good work, that was the prerequisite for me choosing you. Yes, what surprised me was how long you took. You and another fellow locked yourselves away in here for what seemed to me to be hours, and I think probably was a couple of hours. And I thought, well, this is probably a good thing. They're obviously taking it seriously. Yeah, this is the thing that most pleased me, and is the reason I'm willing to do this, which I wouldn't normally do. What you, Custom Carpentry, did so very well was to interpret my ideas and put them into practice. Not slavishly. You didn't just do what I told you, and I wouldn't have wanted that, but you were able to translate my ideas into reality and improve them. They were pretty comprehensive, they were very clear, and they enabled me to be certain, since I was away for months after I first met you and before the work was finished, that the thing would move in the right direction and would be what we had talked about. My faith in you is such that we got together first 6 months before the work was done. And I then went back to living overseas and wrapping up my life overseas, and just left you to it. I gave you a set of keys. We had agreed on the designs, which I'd seen from your diagrams, and I said, you know, I'll be back in October, good luck. When I came back in October, everything you see here was done, and some other work which in 2 of the other rooms, which I'm equally pleased with. I was actually surprised how good they were. One of the things I've learned about British culture is that nobody does anything they say they're going to do. You did exactly what you said you would do, and did it well. You left the place very clean. You're exceptionally polite and have a very good attitude. It stands out amongst the other people I've had to deal with since I've come home. Yes, it's actually better than what I had imagined. The work that Custom Carpentry did here wasn't cheap. I could have bought, in fact had previously bought, bookshelves from IKEA that held the books just as well as these shelves hold the books, but this is a different animal. This is built-in furniture, is entirely different and costs more. So this wasn't cheap, but on a value for money basis, which is how I judge things, I'm very, very pleased with the work you did. I think it's terrific value. Well, I'm going to ask you to do some more work in 2 of the other rooms because you've raised the quality of the rooms in which you did work so much that now the other rooms look as if they're not as nicely appointed. I would say to anyone who is interested in this, having this sort of work done, to give you a call and talk to you and listen to you and see what you have to say, and then look at the designs. I don't recall paying you any money at all until we'd agreed. Actually, I didn't pay you anything until it was finished. By which what I'm trying to say is, I would have lost nothing if you turned out to be like everyone else, full of promises but no delivery. So I'd say to people, you know, call, talk to you guys, have you guys come round, have you draw up some pictures, and see how they feel. I know how I felt at that point. I felt great. And I'm not the sort of person who endorses products or companies. I've never done this before. I can't imagine ever doing it again. But I was very pleased to be able to speak on your behalf because of this work, which is just tremendous.